critical that you then start to build a company network that actually is what we call a true network. This is the former company that I helped to grow. When we talk about the social network, we all understand the social network, the need to connect with others on like topics. There are influencers out there in the social media world because of how they've created credibility in a particular topic vertical, and yet in the world of recruiting or sales, like either one, we haven't really defined a really strong way to create that same level of connection. And so to the simple answer to your question is, yeah, they're ATS, there's a database full of names, but they're not really a network because you haven't created a relationship there.
That's important. Nolan, I'd be curious about your take, especially in the current landscape.
Yeah, my take on a company network is pretty simple. So I think it's all of your employees. I think it's all of your investors. I think it's all of the candidates if you've engaged them in a way that is positive and in a long-term relationship versus these short-term transactions that I saw for like the last 10 years. And then I actually think it's like your customer advocates. And so for me, it's like those four pieces. And in my mind, the way that you activate a company network is building, as Richard said, these long-term relationships, and you have a long time horizon. And today we're talking a lot about recruiting, but I actually think like the company network can be activated for a number of different activities that can help you accelerate, such as amplification of posts and awareness, such as sales. And so, where the world is going is like, yes, you may be a candidate for me, but one of the things we used to say at DoorDash was, if we reject somebody as a candidate, we still want them to be a lifelong customer. And so kind of blurring the lines between, these boxes of like, hey, this person's only a candidate for us. I think many companies are moving and transcending beyond that to where the network looks a lot more like shades of gray, and folks can fall into these different boxes, and we want to engage them over time to help us in many different ways.
Yeah. And that seems to be kind of where the swarm is evolving to. So David, I'd love to hear your take on, not just kind of putting yourself in the box of recruiting, but thinking about, again, partnerships, sales, and beyond.
Yeah, well, I think that's right, Nolan. Like the way that I also sort of see the world moving is that you're investing in these relationships, and people can kind of wear different hats over their lifetimes. And maybe someone starts off as an employee, then becomes an alumni, and then becomes an advisor, and then an investor potentially for Joe down the line with Jim. So it's something that if you're going to make that investment, think about it for the long term. And I think what we've sort of seen, to Cho's point, is this sort of just-in-time recruiting where it's become really easy to build these huge lists and send out these sort of spray and pray kind of campaigns. But what the world is moving more towards is this relationship-based and kind of network-based company building, where you're building the internal teams, but you're also building your cap table, and you're also building your customer base from the existing warm relationships that you already have access to, but that you're also going to be investing in for the years ahead.